So people often ask me, why do I have the anti-recruiter strapline, the anti-recruiter headline? Look, the honest answer is I'm not a big fan of the recruitment industry. I've been in it 20 years. It is the industry I'm in. I'm very proud of what I've achieved. I'm very proud of what I do. But I don't necessarily agree with the industry. I think the industry is flawed for a couple of reasons. I think the clients that are hiring are part of the problem. So lots of companies will say to recruiters, we're going to pay you nothing. You're going to compete against 5, 6, 7 other agencies. It's going to be a race. You can't speak to the company. You can't speak to hiring managers. You can't engage. You can't build relationships. You've basically got to just submit profiles through an applicant tracking system. And essentially the winner is the one that gets there the quickest. So you're instantly creating this concept of a race, and everybody in that race is gonna cheat. Everybody in that race, they are gonna do every dirty trick. They're gonna cut corners. They're gonna do whatever they can to get to that finish line as quickly as possible. So straight away, you've created this bad service. You've created this bad behaviour. What that then results in then is poor qualification, poor customer candidate experience. Somebody might get hired. Will that person stay? Probably not. High attrition. The company then turns around and goes, well, that was shit. That was a shit process. You're a shit recruiter. That was that was a shit candidate experience. And it goes again. So you've got that element. You've then got the fact that a lot of recruiters, they have fallen into the industry. They think they can be Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street, boiler room. They think they can be the big man, the big woman, earn loads of money, 100 grand in your first year. Complete rubbish. But they buy into that dream, and you see them. You see these recruiters wandering around like they've just won the lottery, like they own the world. That they're big kingpins. And they do it for 3 months. They get sacked, and they might go to another recruitment company. I saw a guy once that he probably changed jobs 5 or 6 times, got a guarantee every time he changed jobs. He basically made a career out of getting a guarantee. So you've got these recruiters that they don't have any substance. There's no credentials. There's no credibility. They don't really care. They've fallen into recruitment because they failed at something else. And someone said, "Oh, it's great money in recruitment," and they've got the gift of the gab, and they come in, they talk bullshit, and it's just all of it for me. There's no substance, there's no quality, there's no compassion. They don't care about the client, they don't care about the candidate, they don't care about the company they work for in a lot of cases. So you've got this industry where you've got the customer not really liking the recruiters are getting fed up with the customer, the recruiters themselves don't really care because they just need to make a quick buck. The whole thing is flawed. So look, for me, the anti-recruiter, I'm pissed off with it. I don't like it. There's so many negatives in it. However, and look, this is not all negative. There are loads of people out there that do it well. There's loads of people I know, lots of connections I've got, good recruiters that have substance, that have credibility, that care about what they do, but they're in the minority. These guys, they're not the majority. The majority are white boys, white girls, think they can do it, they come into it, they do it for a few months, they damage people's lives, they damage people's careers, they damage businesses, and they go and do something else. You then get the guys that think they can set up on their own. You get the guys that think, yeah, I can bill. They go off and they sit in their bedroom and they make a few placements. They don't pay tax. They don't do anything properly. They don't have an accountant. They fly off to Dubai on holiday and spend all their money and snort loads of coke. And then they realise, shit, either A, I can't do this, or, what do I do now? I'm trying to build a business. They panic. They go back and do something else. The industry is just full of these guys that think it's easy. They think it's something they can do really quickly. And as I say, they're burning relationships. They're affecting people's lives. Candidates are people. Candidates have families. Candidates have mortgages. And you've got these inexperienced idiots who are playing with their lives. And it drives me nuts. So I just think, look, recruitment could be so much better. Imagine a world where a client says to a recruitment company, we've done our research, we've looked at your reviews, we've looked at your case studies, we've taken references on you. We want to work with you exclusively. We want to partner with you. You've got access to the business. You can talk to the hiring managers. You can come in. You can spend time in the office. You can get to know us. It's quality we want. We want regular catch-ups, regular engagement. We want your views. We want your market intelligence. Imagine if that's how recruitment worked. It's a no-brainer. The candidate experience would be amazing. The customer experience would be amazing. The agency experience would be amazing. The quality would be through the roof. The substance would be amazing. You wouldn't have high attrition as a company. People would stay. You get the right people because you'll spend time doing it. Instead, it's this mad rush, this mad race, no engagement. Don't you dare talk to anybody. Go through the ATS. If you speak to anybody, you're off the PSL. It's no wonder people then start behaving badly and people start giving poor service. And again, I'm not just blaming the customer. Recruiters don't advise. Recruiters, they're not credible enough. They're kids coming out of uni. They failed at uni and their mates go into recruitment. They're not advisors. They're not industry experts. They put on their LinkedIn, senior consultant, after 3 months of doing a bit of recruitment, and then these guys are expected to advise multi-million-pound companies on their hiring strategies. It's bonkers. The industry needs fixing. The industry needs to get some kind of regulation, some kind of control from the candidate, the client, and the recruitment side. And look, if it takes a few people like me to stand up and say it's broken, it needs fixing, then so be it. I'll do it. I love the industry. There's so many positives. I love the people. I hire people, develop people. I love seeing companies grow, but I love seeing it done properly. I hate seeing it done badly. I hate seeing the cowboys. I hate seeing the fly-by-nights. I hate seeing the companies that don't respect recruiters. Companies equally, people that are trying to penny pinch by a percent here, percent there. If you're not willing to invest in your people, what are you willing to invest in? And maybe that's a reflection of your view of recruitment, but the system needs to be sorted out because, companies will fail, people's careers will fail. Recruitment's always going to have a bad name in the industry unless it's fixed. If it takes someone like me, Tom Wood, the anti-recruiter recruiter, to come out, stand up and highlight some of the negatives, I'll do it. If it makes the industry better, if it gets people the awareness to improve it, I'll keep doing it. But that's why I do it. That's why I stand by it. I'm an ethical recruiter. I'm a moral recruiter. I'm not perfect by any stretch. I wish I was, but I'm not. But I try and do things right. I try and treat people right. I try and treat candidates, my employees, customers right. And I think if you do that and you can get up in the morning and say you do that, then you're not doing something too far wrong, if that makes sense. But that's why, and that's my why as well, to quote Simon Sinek. That's my why. That's why I do this. That's why I'm in this industry. That's why I've built this business. That's why I'm building the various businesses and business units I'm building. Because I want to change the industry. I believe